be eating.
Let's not give the name out.
I'm not going to give the name out, but it's very fancy. It's very good.
It's really good. It's not that it's fancy. It just tastes really good.
You go to way better.
I will say that they have great queso. That's just, I'll give that hint out.
All right. Christine with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
This is just coming out. It's a report that the Thunder are not considering trading Paul George. Apparently, they are not confused about whether or not he will give them a commitment about next year. They know he's not going to do that at this point. They're 15-15, but they are going to stick with him. And I think that makes sense. I think, if you try to trade him, you're going to get some scraps because essentially he's a rental for whatever team you would give him to.
Well, unless it's LeBron or the Lakers. I think those two teams he'd commit to. I think the other teams, I wouldn't trade for him unless I was Cleveland or L.A. or otherwise I wouldn't be interested.
But still, what are they going to give the Thunder in return? Probably not much. So I would rather take that risk of, okay, let's just see how the end of the year plays out. Best case scenario, maybe he likes it and decides to stay. But the alternative is you're going to get rid of him and then you get some scraps.
Yeah, I don't know if I like your idea there. I don't want to be left with...
my idea.
I don't want to be left with nothing. Well, you're going to a nice dinner tonight, so you don't even care. Your life's set.
Yeah, just as long as I eat good dinner, nothing else matters.
I'm having a hot dog and popcorn.
Why? Your wife's back. You should be off that diet. Have a good meal.
All right.
You're probably going to, like, Arthur J's tonight.
Tonight I'm home. It's home with everybody.
Really?
I could go for lasagna tonight, but now I'm just blabbing.
So was that a hint
Something
to
heavy,
Ann to make some lasagna for you?
Yeah.
Is it vegan?
Yeah, whatever.
DeAndre Jordan could potentially maybe be going to the Cavs. Reportedly, the Cavs are sniffing around the idea of trading for him. And reports are out there that they might be willing to offer Tristan Thompson, Iman Shumpert, and potentially a first-round pick. The Tristan Thompson thing would make sense because, remember, Khloe Kardashian lives in LA.
I'd do that in a second.
And she's reportedly pregnant.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so DeAndre Jordan, to me, is... I actually think... a great rim protector. Goulet, am I crazy against the Warriors? Like, that's... you can just know you can take more risks defensively because you got a rim protector.
But who's he guarding?
You can't put DeAndre...
Because then I go small, and then he has to guard Green on the perimeter.
Yeah, and you can't leave DeAndre in at the end of games.
Yeah,
so
you can't
that's
shoot a free throw.
Liability.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because, remember I told you for a while DeAndre was working without an agent.
Yeah.
And now he has hired an agent who can get involved in these kind of trade discussions. So maybe that's why he was brought on board. I think it would make sense for the Clippers as well. Kind of fresh start completely.
I could use that.
And finally, remember back when LeBron was trolling and he posted the Arthur fist thing on Instagram? I think we have it. We'll show it. There it is.
Yeah.
And he said mood. And remember I was diving into the words of the song and it's all about working together and getting along.
Yeah.
Well, last night the Cavs were in Milwaukee. And so the Bucks did their opening team intros, and when the Cavs were doing theirs, they played this song, which is from Arthur, and they had Arthur popping up on the Jumbotron during the announcements. And we know that LeBron, one of the biggest things in the league is every Jumbotron operator or game night staff person knows that LeBron stares at the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
So he was definitely staring at this. The Bucks won by 3, so I would like to say that I think that this worked.
Yeah.
And anyway, getting into LeBron's head in the Jumbotron, it's a good one.
Christine with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for